a video on these lentil. No, they're not lentils. Are they lentils? I don't know. Anyway, I've had these Urad Dall washed pulses. Let's call them pulses. In the cupboard, for ages. They're in the local independent supermarket, and they were cheap. It was the middle of the pandemic. Are we still in the pandemic? People keep still talking about it. So it was the middle of lockdown. Let's call it the middle of lockdown. And I bought them, and I was curious because they were cheap. I just kind of I thought, well, we'll do something with them. So I've been cooking other types of lentils. Recently, I've done like some lentils and did it like a peas pudding, and then I got some proper split yellow peas and I did a proper peas pudding, well, proper-ish, and they were both very nice. And I cooked them in ham stock, which normally toughens lentils and beans up, but if you cook it for long enough, obviously they break down over time. So I've soaked these for about half an hour, and then I go on the assumption that it's double the amount of stock for the amount of lentils. So it was like a mug, a Roland Rat mug, from 1980. That's from 1984. That's an old mug, isn't it? So a cupful of the pulses, and then 2 cups full of stock, and then there's a little bit of fat in there as well, and it's a ham stock and some chicken stock as well, so it's a little bit salty, and I put an onion in there as well. So soak those, drain them off, and then into there with that. I did a little bit of research on these pulses, and they go thicker, so we might have to add a little bit more stock as we kind of cook them, and we'll see how long it takes to cook. And I reckon an hour, maybe, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, so I need to do. I did a function and I did peas pudding, and it was very nice. And it was gammon, chips, and egg on peas pudding, and it was lovely. And I think someone else kind of wants something similar. So instead of buying some proper split yellow peas, I'm going to see how these cook up, and then if it works pretty well, I'll use those as a substitute for the split yellow peas, and we'll have that type of thing. Oh yeah, we'll put some cumin in as well. We can put some. Well, we don't have to add the cumin in now because it's going to be a puree. So we can add the puree. We can add the cumin in later as well. So going along the theme of like a hummus where you put cumin in and it's very nice, we can do the same type of thing. But we'll add that later because I don't know. I could bang around in the cupboard. But it seems to spend a lot of time banging around the cupboard and washing things in the sink while I'm making videos. Anyway, so up to the boil, slow simmer, probably put it on the back burner on a really low heat, and we'll kind of see. Cookers are always filthy. And we'll see how they go. I think they're going to be lovely. But we'll see how it turns out. So it's more like a porridge than anything else, so we can't use that as a peas pudding substitute. Think of a porridge, but more like a potato kind of base to it. It's all right. I'll do something with it. I'll add some spices to it and turn it into a dal, and then we'll serve it over the rice. So I'm not going to waste it, but you can't use, what is it called? I've forgotten already. Urad Dall as a peas pudding substitute. Not to worry. We've got to try things, haven't we?